Good, here we are. It says greenhouse gases are being released into the atmosphere 30 times faster than the time when the Earth experienced and this is the example. No, this is the first one. According to Cambridge, this is letter C. The best option is letter C. A previous episode of global warming. Check it out. A study comparing the rate of with carbon dioxide and methanol. And what about number 2? What letter? You only have to write the letter, no more than that. For you, what is the letter in number 2? Nothing? What letter did you choose, friends, in number 2? A, B, C, or D? Mike A, Sarah A, Sarai, sorry. Mike say Alex A, Sarai A, Mike A. Yes, friends, it's letter A, emitted. Emitted is the correct answer in number 2. Being emitted now compared to 55 million years ago when global warming also occurred, has found dramatic differences in the speed of release. James Sakos, professor of earth science at the University of California, Santa Cruz, said the speed of the present buildup of greenhouse gases is far greater than during the global warming after the of the dinosaur. And you have in number 3 some possibilities, but only one is the adequate. A, B, C, or D. Opinions? D for Sarai, D for Mike, D for Alex. And letter D is the correct answer, friends. Letter D, the miss. Very good. And now we go to the next. The emissions that caused this past episode of global warming probably lasted 10,000 years. Professor Sakos told the American Association for the Advancement of Science, yes, at a meeting in St. Louis, by burning fossil fuels, we are likely to emit the same amount over the next 3 centuries. He warned that studies of global warming events in the geological past, number 4, A, B, C, or D, friends? Number 4, well, for Alex D, for Sarai D, for Mike is letter B. Okay, friends, the correct answer is letter D, indicate. Indicate the Earth climate passes at 5 blank, beyond which climate change accelerates. What is it in number 5 for you? A, B, C, or D? Well, for Alex it's letter C. And Sarai, letter C. Yes, nobody else? Friends, threshold, which is in Spanish el umbral, el límite, lumbral in Spanish, lumbral, yes, or limited, this is the correct answer. So letter C, it is correct. Let's go on. Numbers, we are going to number 3. It says that various circles of warning. Professor Sakos is a leading blank on the episode of global warming known as the Paleocene Ocene thermal maximum. Well, what is it? Number 6, A, B, C, or D? In number 6. For Mike is letter C. For Sarai is B, and for Alex is letter C. Well, in number 6, as administrator, no, friends, is authority, is letter B. In number 6 is letter B. Is a leading authority on the episode of global warming known as the Paleocene Eocene thermal maximum, when average global temperatures increase by up to 50 centigrades due to a massive release of carbon dioxide and methane. His research into the deep ocean, 7 blank, suggests at this time, well, what is it in number 7? A, B, C, or D? B for Alex, B for Sarai, and nobody else. B is correct, friends. Sarai and Mike. Sediments is the correct word in number 7. Suggests at this time that about 4.5 billion tons of carbon entered the atmosphere over 10,000 years. This will be the same amount of carbon released into the atmosphere from cars and industrial emissions over the next 100 years if present blank continue. 8. A, B, C, or D? 8. A for Alex and for Sarai. Okay, Alex and Sarai, you are correct. Trends continue. He said, although carbon can be released suddenly and naturally into the atmosphere from volcanic activity, it takes many thousands of years for it to be removed permanently by natural processes. The ocean is capable of removing carbon and quickly, but this natural blank can be easily blank. Well, what about 9? A, B, C, or D? What's your opinion? For Sarai is A. And for Alex, A too. And nobody else. Well, A, Alex and Sarai, you are right. Capacity. Capacity. But this natural capacity can be easily, and in number 10, A, B, C, or D, friends? Well, for Alex is A, overcharged. Sarai A in number 10. And nobody else. For Mike is A. Well, no, it's not letter A, friends. It's letter D, overwhelmed. Can be easily overwhelmed. Yes. Which is probably what blah, blah, blah. In number 10 is overwhelmed, letter D, which is probably what happened 55 million years ago. Overcharged, overstated, overshadowed, and overwhelmed. We have never studied these adjectives in class. Interesting, I think, for you, because, you expand the vocabulary. Overcharged is sobrecargado. Overstated is algo que sea exagerado. Overshadowed, eclipsado, I think, is what's answer is the first. Mike, in number 10, you mean? In number 10, the correct answer, the only answer is letter D. Because it's the one that matches with the context, letter D.
No, I refer the answer in the first sentence.
I'm sorry, Mike. I didn't understand the question. It's previous, letter C.
Oh, okay.
Number 1 is previous. So I'm going to repeat the answer because maybe some of you didn't get it. In number 1, friends, is letter C. In number 2 is letter A. In number 3 is letter D. Dimis. We have never studied this word in class. Dimis, el fallecimiento. Number 4 is D. In number 5 is letter C. Threshold. Interesting word that we use a lot in English. In number 6 is B. In number 7 is B again. In number 7 is A. The tendency, the trends. In number 9, is A. In number 10 is letter D. Well, practicing reading and practicing use of English is essential if you want to be prepared for the exam. And now what? Today we are going to continue studying the vocabulary of unit number 10, because on page number 111, in the vocabulary section of page 111 in your books, student's book, last class, we began studying the phrasal verbs. Some phrasal verbs. In some units, not in all units, but in some units, the book insists on important phrasal verbs because they know that Cambridge is going to use these phrasal verbs in the exams, and they are preparing you for that moment. If you are careful and you study the phrasal verbs, you won't have any problem. But if you neglect the study of these phrasal verbs, maybe you forget them or you never study them. That's why teachers have to be very careful, insisting in the study of these phrasal verbs. In unit number 10, the phrasal verbs are take over, pull in, cater for, hang around with, chill out, be up to, pop into, wear out, cut down on, come up against, come up with, and pick up. The easiest one is pick up because we studied that, I think, in secondary school. Very good. In class, we did exercise number 1, page 111. We match the phrasal verbs with their corresponding definitions with letters A, B, C, etc. But today, I would like to do exercise 2. It means to put into practice the use of these phrasal verbs. So I'm going to give you some minutes for you to do exercise 2. Use one of the phrasal verbs from exercise number 1 in the correct form. Friends, be careful with this. In the correct form in each of the sentences. Let's go to page 111, vocabulary, exercise 2, and let's do that exercise. But please, as soon as you finish, send me a short message for me to know. Mike, finished? Sarai has finished. Very good. Alex finished. And Natalie and Laura. Okay, let's check it. Well, friends, number one, Chantal came up with the brilliant idea of selling her old clothes in the market on Saturday. So in number one, came up with. Hmm? What about number two? I'm spending far more than I can afford. I'll really have to blank the amount of shopping I do. What about this? Cut down for Alex, cut down for Sarai. Alex and Mike. I had had the exercise, sorry. Okay, okay. So, friends, listen. Listen, Alex and Sarai. Your answer is correct. Doesn't matter, Mike. Doesn't matter, friend. You always do it right. So, we are humans. But be careful. The expression is cut down on. The preposition on, Alex and Sarai, is important, you know? To cut down on the amount. This is always to cut down on if you say what. Cut down on salt. Reducir la ingesta de sal. Cut down on sugar. Reducir la ingesta de azúcar. So cut down, normally, if you mention what, normally you use on. If you don't mention what, you can eliminate on. But to be honest, most of the time it is cut down on. That's why number nine, that's good, Alex. That's why in number 9, exercise 1, number 9, it says cut down and between parentheses on. Well, now let's go to 3. My dad asked me to blank the post office and post a parcel for him. What is, in your opinion, the phrasal verb in number 3? Pop into? Yes, yes, Mike. No doubt about that. Pop into the post office. I don't know in Spain what is the appropriate translation in Spain. In some other countries that speak Spanish, they say, mi papá me pidió que me, how to say, que me llegara a la oficina de correos, because pop into means darse, ir y venir rápidamente. No es una visita, es que vayas, resuelva lo que te han pedido y regrese rápidamente. Eso es pop into. Now, number 4, it's an... creo que, Alex, yes, friend. Creo que he oído. Aquí en España, mi papá me pidió que me acercara así a la farmacia y le trajera una pila. Eso es, Alex. Very good. If you want to say que me acercara al supermercado y le comprara, eso es pop into. My dad asked me to pop into the supermarket and buy some, whatever, some matches for him. For it's an enormous music shop which blank all musical tastes from classical music to heavy metal. What is, in your opinion, number 4? Be careful in the correct form, my friends. Nobody? Cater for, Alex. Only Alex? It's an enormous music shop which... And now, Alex, we need present. Can you change it for present? Because it is in present. If you change it to present, it is perfect. And now, Alex, what is the subject? The subject of the sentence is a shop. A shop is it. In present, the sentence is in present. The subject is it, a shop. What do you do with cater? Yes, Alex. Perfect. That's the answer, friend. Caters for. Do you understand, Alex? Caters, yes. Yes, caters for. Excellent, Alex. So it's an enormous music shop with caters for all, how do you say? Que suministra abastece, something like that, caters for all musical tastes. Yes. And it says from classical music to heavy metal. That is very good. Now let's go to next. Next is number 5. Melanie doesn't like blank her parents, so she's gone shopping on her own. Melody doesn't like blank her parents, so she's gone shopping on her own. What do you think is the adequate phrasal verb in the correct form in number 5 after like? Remember the characteristic of a verb after like. Hanging around with. Sarai, you are very smart. Yes, yes, friends, Sarai's answer is perfect. Hanging around with, salir con. Melody doesn't like hanging around with her parents, so she's gone shopping on her own, solita, por su cuenta, by her own. Shopping in Oxford Street, blank us blank, so we decided to take a taxi back to the hotel. So we decided, the sentence is in past. Opinions about 6. Wore us out. Mike, this is perfect. In past, very good. Wore us out. Shopping in Oxford Street wore us. Nos agotó. 7. This new film is so popular that it's been blank huge audiences. Has been blank pulling in. Sarai, excellent. Atrayendo. Pulling in huge audiences. Very good, friends. Pulling in. Sarai's answer is the perfect phrasal verb in the correct form in number 7. 8. They've blank an old building in the city center for their new shop. What is the correct form of the phrasal verb in number 8? Take over. Take over is the perfect phrasal verb, but not in this form. Ellos han ocupado, sorry. Taken, Sarah, yes, correct. Yes, taken over, Alex, yes. They've taken over, ellos han ocupado. They've taken over an old building in the city center for their new shop. Correct. 9. I never expected to blank so many problems trying to get my mobile phone fixed. Nunca esperé tropezarme con tantos problemas. That is the translation. Come up against, Alex, come up against Sarai. And you are correct, both of you. Come up against. Excellent. 10. Do you want to come shopping with me? I'm going to blank those red shoes I order. I'm going to what? This person ordered the shoes and now this person is going to pick up. Sarai, very good, friend. Pick up. This is the perfect choice in number 10. 11. What have you blank? You should have finished the shopping by now. In Spanish, ¿en qué has estado? ¿En qué has estado metido? Being up to for Sarai and Alex, and this is the answer. Yes, friends, been up to. What have you been up to? 12. It's a great little cafe to blank in after hard day at school. Relax, you know, relax. Chill out, Alex. Chill out, Sarai. Friends, you are sensational. Chill out is the answer. When, you know, when you begin little by little, because this is a process, Mike, Sarai, Alex, Natalie, and you, Laura, this is a process, step by step, little by little. When you begin trying to use these phrasal verbs, try to use them in your daily conversation when you speak in class, or I don't know if you have any other chance of using your English, which is difficult to be honest, but in class or when you write, if you begin using these phrasal verbs, they will form part of your vocabulary in the future, but you need to use them. You need to practice them, because the reality is that people use phrasal verbs a lot. Not only American people, right? British people also use phrasal verbs a lot. And now let's continue with our class. Let's go to the workbook, page number 41. Workbook, page 41, exercise 3, phrasal verbs. Page 43 in the workbook. Life's lesson. This exercise here. Read the text below, circle the correct words. Life's lesson, Andrew 25. And then observe. When I moved out of my parents' home into my first flat, I got into big trouble with money. I never looked at my bank statements. I knew my salary was paid, and now you have to select paid back. If you don't remember the meaning, because it's very possible, you use your dictionary, so don't, how can I say that? Don't worry about the time, because I will be patient. I know how important this process is, so I won't be rushing you. Take your time. But you have to look it up in the dictionary. What is the meaning of pay back and pay in? And this is the example. So the correct word is I was paying. See, the answer is given every month, but I just took, and now again, took away or took out the homework. Do you understand? It is a process. You need to use your dictionary to make it right. So I'm going to give you some minutes, and I will be waiting patiently for you until you send me a smoke sign telling me, teacher, I finished, and then, and only then, I will check the answers. Let's do it. Phrasal verbs. Mike finished. Sarai finished and Laura finished. Let's check it. When I moved out of my, Alex finished too. Okay. When I moved out of my parents' home into my first flat, I got into big trouble with money. I never looked at my bank statements. Bank statements. How do we say that in Spain? Los extractos, maybe? Extractos bancarios. I knew my salary was paid in every month. Sorry. Sorry, but I'm allergic to pollen, you know. I suffer a lot. Ay, mi cuenta bancaria. Okay, thank you very much. Well, but I just took, what? Took away or took out? However much I needed. What do you think it is? Took away or took out? Out for Mike, out for Sarai, and this is the answer. Yes, took out however much I needed. I sometimes even gave money in or gave money away to friends. Away for Alex and Sarai too. Yes, friends. Yes, give away is, how do you say? Darle, or I don't know if you have an expression in Spain. Gave away, gave money away to friends who didn't have enough. The stupid thing was that I worked in the foreign exchange department of a large bank, so I spent all day checking which currency had gone on or had gone up. In number 4, on for Sarai, on for Alex. No, it is up. Check it up in the dictionary. Had gone up, and which had come the opposite, down. Yes. No, Mike is down. In number 5, yes, down. But I never bother to look at my own account. Of course, I soon ran down or ran out of money. Ran out. Yes, ran out. Agotar, quedarse sin. Ran out of money. and I started to build on or build up a large debt. Build on for Sarai, and Mike out, and Alex up. Yes, Mike, because out is not in the possibilities. Up it is. I started to build up a large debt. I realized that I had to cut back or cut off. Cut up for Mike. Cut back for Alex. Cut back for Sarai. Yes, cut back. Cut back and go out or go without some things. Go out some things or go without. Without Alex, without Sarai. Mike, out from my internet. Because your internet is very slow, Mike. Yes, but in number 9 is without some things. Eventually, I paid out or I paid off my debt. Saldar mis deudas. Out. Yes, friends. Off, Sarai. It is off. Paid off my debt. Paid off my debt. Look, saldé mi deuda. Now I sit down every month and add up or add, what is it? Up to. Add up or add up to how much I've spent. What do you think is the adequate here? Up to for Sarai and up for Alex and up for Mike. Up is the correct answer in 11. Add up how much I've spent and compare it with how much money I have. Something that if you have a bank account, you should do frequently, you know? Yes, it's very important. How many phrasal verbs between the last class last week and this class this week? Don't forget studying these phrasal verbs. The phrasal verbs that you have in the student's book, page 111, and these phrasal verbs you have here in the workbook, page 41. Friends, please, because they are going to be important in one moment of your life. Let's now go shopping. In the same book, on the same page 41, shopping exercise 2, in the left column of the page, this column here, shopping exercise 2, read the conversation which took place in sports shop and choose one word from the box for each gap. Some of the words need to be plural. Be careful with that. And this is a conversation between the manager and Emma. They give you the expression they want you to use. Bergen, brand, catalog, chain, but this is used. Competitor, counter, guarantee, refund, sale, and stock. Right? Some of them, when you use them to fill in the blanks, must be in plural. Be careful with that. Don't forget. I'm going to give you some minutes. Send me a message as soon as you finish. Well, Alex finished. Very good. Mike finished, Alex finished, and Sarai finished. So let's check it out. It says, so Emma, I'm going to show you around before you start work here. And Emma answers, I'm looking forward to working in a sports shop. Good. As you know, we are part of a chain. There are nearly 200 of our stores across the country, and we are one of the biggest. We do have some. Number two, what do you think is the adequate word in number two? In singular? In plural? Competitors for Sarai, competitors for Alex and Mike. Excellent, correct answers. Competitors in the town, though, so we have to watch our prices. Everyone comes in looking for a what? In number three. Bergen, Alex. Bergen, Sarai. Bergen, Mike. Yes, friends, perfect. Bergen. And they won't come back here if they find something cheaper elsewhere. And of course, we have a big blank twice a year. What about number four? Stock for Mike, sale for Sarai, and sales for Alex. Well, in number four is sale in singular. A big sale, rebaja. And it is singular, it's a. You have the article a, so it has to be singular. A big sale twice a year when we reduce everything. That's a very busy time. Do you keep everything in blank, or do customers sometimes have to order things? In five, stock for Mike, stock for Sarai, and Alex? Stock too. Yes, Alex. Very good, friends. Stock is perfect. We keep most of the main blank here, but we blah, blah, blah. We keep most of the main what? Brands in plural for Alex. And for Sarai, similar brands. And for Mike, brands. Correct. Very good. We keep most of the main brands here, but we also have a that people can look through. Catalog, Alex and Mike and Sarah. Yes, correct. Catalog that people can look through while they are in the shop, or they can order from our website. On the blank here by the teal, what is it in 8? Counter for Sarai and Alex and Mike. Yes, friends, very good. Counter here by the teal, we keep lots of small items that customers often pick up while they are waiting to pay. One other thing about us, and it's important to tell customers this, we offer a 2-year blank on all the equipment we sell. 9. Guarantee, yes, Alex, yes, Arai, guarantee. No, Mike, it's guarantee. No refunds. Imagine that, Mike, refunds. But guarantee, yes. So if anything goes wrong, we will give customer a full, and now what? A full or exchange. Refund, Alex. This is the answer now, Mike. Refund is the correct answer in number 10. Very good. Good, Mike. Now what, friends? I want you to see something. I want you to see something. Let me see if it is possible to send it to you through the WhatsApp. Let me take a chance with that because sometimes internet is a little bit difficult these days. Slow, 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 slow. Good. Let's see. Maybe you have received in the WhatsApp a video about the differences, when women and men go shopping. Very interesting. Good, Alex. Have a look, friends. Check it out. Watch it. Tell me when you finish. Alex finished. And Laura finished, and also maybe Mike. Sarai finished, and Mike finished. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I don't know if it is true or false. I have no idea, you know. Maybe yes, maybe not. What's your opinion, friends? A boy, for example, what is the opinion of one of the boys, Alex or Mike? Do you agree or disagree with this?
In my case, I think we don't we can't generalize because all men are different
Yes.
and they have different behaviors. Um, is essentially that we can generalize
I
this.
agree. I
And
agree
the
with you.
final message of the video, I don't like so much because it say that the man is the money maker,
Yes,
and
yes.
the woman is the person who spends all the money. I think I don't like so much the final message.
Yes, it has a kind of macho behavior message. Yes, yes, I
Yes,
agree with you. And again,
it's
Sarai,
my opinion. It's my
no,
opinion.
I agree with you, Mike, totally, yes. Laura and Sarai, what's your opinion, girls?
I totally agree with Mike. I think that it depends of the personality of the person. No depends to the gender.
Exactly. Yes, yes.
The finally message. I totally agree with Mike. I don't like anything.
Yes, yes, yes. Of course not. Of course not. Imagine if we were in class now in the academy, I would begin a debate about that. But we are not in the conditions. And look at the time. I have to take advantage of the rest of the time I have for working with you. But very good. You see, this is the idea some people have about boys and girls buying, which is a stereotype. It's not really what is happening in real life. I totally agree with you, Sarai, and with you, my friend. Was it Sarai or Laura?
Sarai.
Okay, good. Well, friends, what are we going to study today? Briefly, I am going only to announce the problem because of the time, of course. We have to study how English people express ability. And this is not new for you. No, no. But we have to practice again because I need you to remember. That's the idea. I need my students to remember how English people express ability and all the characteristics. Because when we express abilities, we use a modal verb that you know, the famous modal verb can. I can speak English. You see, ability I have. So let's go in the student's book to page number 170. Page 170, friends. Student's book. This page here. Expressing ability. See that? This is the page. I'm going to read for you, but you, at home, in silence, follow the reading. To say something, no, sorry, to say someone has an ability, we use can, the negative, can't, and the past, could, and the negative in past, couldn't. Can, can't, could, couldn't, and the synonym of this, be able to, right? This is the synonym of can, be able to. Well, now, I continue reading this. In the present, we use can or the synonym be able to. Be in the adequate form according to the subject. You know, I am, he is, she is, it is, we are, they are, you are. So it depends on the subject. Am, is, are, and now able to. Yes, and now the verb in simple form to express ability. I can speak English. I am able to speak English. Now, it continues with some example. It says, can or am is are able to express ability, can't, the negative, or am not, he isn't or aren't able to for things which are not possible. For example, I can't speak Chinese. We are not able to speak Chinese, for example. And they give you some interesting examples here. Liz can speak 5 languages, but she can't speak Russian. The doctor's able to see you now, but she isn't able to see you tomorrow. See that? I can use can instead of able to, but because they are completely similar. Note, we usually use can and can't when we speak because they are shorter and less formal than able to. Yes, that is the only reason why can or the negative can't are more popular than be able to, right? Because be able to are a lot of words, it's very long, and people prefer to be very economic when they speak, you know, English people. So can and can't, affirmative or negative, are more popular than be able to. In the past, we use could only when speaking in general. That's very important for you to remember, right? Could only when speaking in general. For example, when I was a child, I could read without glasses. See that? I could read without glasses. It was something I could do during many years when I was young. So it's something very general. Was, or the plural, were able to when speaking about something someone succeeded in doing on one particular occasion. In that case, when it happened in the past, but only once or maybe twice, but it was not something that you generally could do, in that case, it is better to use be able to. And you have some example. Dad didn't have any money on him, but fortunately, he was able to use his credit card to pay the bill. This is something that happened once in the past, only once. So be able to is the perfect verb or modal verb because it is considered a synonym of a modal verb, even when able to is not a modal verb, but people consider able to in the group of modal verbs because it is a synonym of can. Let me explain this with another example. Pay attention. Imagine that when I was maybe 10 years old, my grandmother lived in a flat near my house. I was 10 or maybe 9 years old, and my grandmother, during a period of time, I think it was during 6 or 7 months, she lived in a flat 3 blocks away from my house. So I was 9 or 11, and I had the possibility, I had the ability of going and visiting my grandmother repeatedly, you know, repeatedly. So I say, when I was 9, I could visit my grandmother because she lived nearby. When I was 9 or 10 years old, I remember that my mother and my father took me to Disneyland, but it happened only once only one weekend, only one, no more in my life. So I cannot use, when I was a little boy, I could visit Disneyland because it happened only once. It was not something general. In that case, I have to use be able to. I remember that when I was 9 years old, my family and I were able to visit Disneyland. It happened only once, friends. See that? That is the important thing about the difference between can, can't, be able to. I think that a good idea to finish the class is to assign an exercise to check if you understand this or not. So I'm going to assign as homework exercises 1 and 2, page 112. Homework is exercises 1 and 2, page 112. Is that clear for you, my friends? Is that clear for you, Mike, Sarai, Alex, Laura? Yes, thank you, friends. Thank you, thank you. Sarai, do you understand the homework, friend? Good, good. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day and see you on Wednesday. I have to leave in a rush because now I have classes with another group. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.